This week's master to inspire you is American artist Neel. She was a painter who lived between the years 1900 and 1984. Neel is known in the art world as a portrait painter who connected with her models to capture their distinctive personality and spirit. Neel was born in Pennsylvania and graduated from the Philadelphia School of Design for Women in 1925. Shortly after, she married Cuban painter Carlos Enrique and moved with him to Havana. 2 years later, she returned to the States and settled with her husband in New York. Their marriage did not last long. Their first child died and Alice suffered a nervous breakdown. Enrique left his wife and took their son with him to Cuba. Neel spent the following year in a mental asylum, during which time a deep psychological charge affected her works. Alice moved to Greenwich Village when she was 30 years old. She began painting people around her in characteristically earnest expressionist style. Her paintings in these years correspond with the difficult conditions of the Great Depression. She began painting the contemporary events and issues around civil rights while reflecting her concern for social injustice, particularly in relation to race. Although Neel painted consistently, unfortunately, little of her works from those years have survived. In 1934, her lover at the time destroyed more than 350 of her paintings in a jealous rage. Devastated with the situation, Neel moved to Spanish Harlem. There she became interested in painting the immigrant family's portraits, reflecting their inferiority and intensity of character. She finally moved to the Upper West Side in 1962 and lived there for the rest of her life. From then on, her artistic portraits began to develop their own unique character. She painted the portraits of friends and family, artists and intellectuals, and the residents of her New York neighborhoods in a non-complimentary way, paying special attention on the characteristics of the parts of body that society prefers to shield from view. Among her most daring works is her self-portrait that she painted herself nude at the age of 80, revealing a non-idealized, aged female body that are rarely represented in paintings. Neel avoided all romantic sentiment to reach for the spirit of her subjects. She connected spiritually with her models and reflected her fascination with the home as a stage for some of life's most private dramas, physical and emotional. With a career spanning 6 decades, Neel has been the subject of numerous retrospective and major solo exhibitions. Metropolitan Museum of Art arranged a solo exhibit for her in 2021, and Pompidou Center in Paris presented a solo exhibition of her work in 2022.